Hello there, my Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your November 2019 Soulmate reading. Yay! If you are new to my channel, I am your reader for the moment, Phyllis Diller. No. Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mel for short, president of Drawing the Circle Productions. Professional witch, professional intuitive, and really, really happy and honored to be doing this work on YouTube for you all. If you are new to my channel, please do like and subscribe. My subscribers, thank you so much for following along. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and plus, right above. And as my gift to you is your incentive to help me get there. Once a month, I'll do a super live chat because I'm doing it for super live chat because I want to do it. It looks like a lot of fun. But I promise once a month for at least the first couple of months, once I hit 1,000, I will do what's called Drunk Tarot. Now, I do not drink when I read professionally, you know, like hanging out with friends, that's a little different. But like even tomorrow, I'm driving out to Mauritius, Center Mauritius, to do a birthday party where they'll set me aside in a room and it's a bunch of women and they're like, can we get anything to drink? I'm like, none of you want the edit function shut off, right? But I am a fun drunk. I am a happy drunk. I don't drink that much, so it doesn't take that much. So what I'll do is probably like take a shot for each person that I read and watch what happens. And if everybody knows it's for entertainment purposes only, but the thing is it doesn't affect my clarity at all. But it certainly affects my diplomacy, which is necessary for a reader to be able to deliver truth, insight, with compassion, humor, you know, in a way that people can receive it. And that's why not every reader is for everybody, right? So I'm looking for my audience, my tribe, my vibe tribe. Yeah. So let's get some exposition out of the way. If anybody wants to timestamp this, like my subscribers, you want to zip ahead, just timestamp when the reading starts, you are more than welcome to do that. But I have to do some of the basics for the new people, otherwise they're going to have no idea what they're jumping into, right? So, numero uno, this is a general read, okay? It is not a private read. I read people one-on-one all the time, face-to-face, as well as through Facebook's, you know, Facebook Messenger, Skype, and literally on the phone. You can't do this anymore. You got to do like this. Yeah, so if it doesn't resonate, it's not yours. But let's really look for a moment. What does resonate mean? It's like you feel it in your body, right? It's not all up in the head, right? Maybe it touches you emotionally, but there's some kind of physiological shift, right? What Caroline Myss, and we're going to start with Caroline Myss archetype cards with these, she would call that animation, right? It's like when you are confronted with something and it either makes you go, ah, or whoa, right, or somewhere in between, right? That's called animation. So sometimes people will watch a reading and you know how you don't, where it's not for, when it's not for you, it goes, it's like, meh. It's like, yeah, I guess maybe, but not really hitting me. But if you are triggered, then it's something to pay attention to. That is your soul speaking through your intuition to your physiological structure, your nervous system, particularly solar plexus, second chakra, root chakra, although, you know, it's a pain in the ass, root chakra there. So just pay attention to that. And that's why I always do Sun, Moon, Rising as a foundation when I do a zodiacal series of readings. And of course, I throw in Venus for like relationship spreads and Mercury for Mercury retrograde. You get me, right? So let's talk quickly about soulmates, about what soulmates are. Oh, it's 3:53 p.m. I was born at 3:53 a.m. We're going to call that a synchronicity, considering it's still Mercury retrograde. I think it's still in Scorpio. I don't think it's gone back into Libra yet. A soulmate is a pre-incarnational contract that you make with other souls, plural. You have more than one. You can have hundreds of soulmates. And the essential nature of the contract, lifetime to lifetime, or, you know, in this particular lifetime, whatever, is to help each other heal, period, right? Anything other than that is about the form, not the content of the contract, right? How it plays itself out in the third dimensional world. It is a fifth dimensional and above contract, right? So it can be in any form. Soulmates are satisfying, they are soothing, they are symbiotic, they are they just, in other words, it just doesn't have to be in the romantic sexual paradigm. If that's what you're looking for, I just did the Sagittarius reading, or was it the Scorpio reading? I forget which one. One of them was just really hyper, super sexually charged. I think that was Scorpio. Big shock. So, you know, the cards will show it that is, but even sometimes if I don't see it in the cards, if I feel it, I'll say it. I'm a clairvoyant empath. I've been since birth. Boy, that was hard to explain growing up in the 70s and 80s. But I managed. I'm still here. Elaine Stritch. So yeah, that's soulmate contracts. Oh, and of course, to do that for these for this particular time around, I'm using the Caroline Myss archetypes. All of the decks that I read in total are at the bottom of the description box. There's some other cool stuff in there. My ebooks, a couple of videos that I have on Vimeo. Go check it out. Oh, right. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. Just an excellent way of delineating two different people in a contract. I could say party A and party B. I was raised by a divorced lawyer. My mother divorced my father and then married her divorce lawyer, and they're still together. Like, my God. I don't want to say how many years later, but let's say a lot. They divorced when I was 2. I'm 51. Do the math. Yeah, so this is not about bodily gender, ever. Particularly from me. Look, I am gay. Born that way. Pause up. Pause up. So I have had transgender people in my life. People, every part of the spectrum have been in my life. I am a unity consciousness, heart-centered love revolution, Matt Kahn, all for love, go for it kind of witch. I just am. So I'm here to love everybody. I'm not about division. I'm not here to hate anybody. And if somebody triggers me, well, I just go back into my Virgo self, cross my legs, my Pisces moon goes into healing overdrive, and my Leo rising just blesses the fuck out of everybody. I'm a little on the badass side, but at 51 you had better be if you're a witch, right? So the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, we all have masculine, feminine balance within us, and I keep using this as an example. When my mom, I consider myself a Divine Feminine predominantly, right? First waiver, go look it up, are usually the Divine Feminines. But around my mom, she brings out the Prince in me, which is a Divine Masculine archetype within me, and with different men that I date and have dated, they will bring out different Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine archetypes, energies, powers within me. So once I get these first two cards down, which will be the main cards in the deck, everything else will be based off of these. You do like the main energies. Once those are down, you'll have a pretty good idea, but don't just do it up here. Check in here, right? Check what's going on. And if it goes, meh, it's not your reading. Sorry, can't read everybody. Not every reading is going to fit everybody. All right. What was the last one? Oh, right. Please remember to breathe. It actually slows me down. I find that if I'm not aware of my breathing, at least before I pull the next card or series of cards, I go so fast. And then when I watch the videos back in edits, because I edit everything before I put it out, I am a Virgo, then I'm like, oh wow, there's also that, and there's also that, and there's also that, and also that I did not say because I'm going too fast. But also with every inhale, we breathe in all the prana, chi, divine love, whatever you want to call it, whether we're aware of it or not, but when we are aware of it, saturating every cell, every fiber of the being filled up, and then on the exhale, releasing anything that doesn't serve that's ready to go, but not all at once either way. We don't download everything where we're going to need. We don't let go of everything that's ready to go. It's like the ebb and flow of the ocean, right? We got a kitty here. This is my oldest son, Sebastian. S-A-B. He's like, fuck you, Mom. Come, lay down here. If I don't give them attention, they crawl up on the table, and no one's allowed on the table but me. My ceilings are too low to dance on them. All right, buddy? You lay down, lay down? He's my Cancerian. All right, so do remember to breathe as we do this. Every now and again, I'll just go, breathe, because my guides are like, kid, you're going too fast. Breathe. Here we go. Breathe. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, oh, masters, oh, and the higher selves of all involved, please, one card in clarity for the Divine Feminine in this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Soulmate contract for November-ish 2019. What is her dominant archetype? The soul power to be alchemized from lead to gold, maybe just a little bit, maybe just a lot of bit. For in this soulmate relationship, we've got the Femme Fatale. Good girl. You go, you go, you go. Let me read this to you, because Femme Fatale, poor Max Lord, not really. The Femme Fatale archetype also came up in another read, but once you read it, you'll see why this particular archetype in the Divine Feminine is coming back so strongly in the world. Watch the news. Okay. Every archetype has shadow attributes and light attributes. I like to talk lead and gold because it's the language of alchemy. I speak that more fluently than Jungian psychology, but, you know, forever young. The shadow attribute. Inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power, right? So when the Femme Fatale, right, so this could be a male body with this Divine Feminine energy. Inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power, that there can really be something off there where that attachment drives them, almost does possess them, to use their sensuality in a way to get over and manipulate, and it's not good. Matahari, Black Widow in the Marvel series, Morticia Addams, right? You know, ulterior motives. I've really, really learned that the best way for me to identify shadow behavior or tendencies within myself is, well, would I want this to be broadcast across the internet? And if the answer is no, it's like, okay, then that's shadow behavior. Let's work on that. Let's love what rises there, right? Without our content, our conduct being possessed by that particular shadow. So in this soulmate relationship, you're going from that to whatever extent, right? Into the light attribute, the gold, the alchemy, highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. So there, right there, my Capricorn, whether you are the Divine Feminine or not, this just made it at least sexual, if not romantic sexual. Now, right there, you'd be like, yeah, I'm not wanting that with anybody. So then it's not your reading. But if it's like, oh, no, not that, then it's your reading, all right? Let's get one from the Divine Masculine here, because let's see, you know, it's like there are so many species that of the female of the coupling, you know, gets what she wants from the male, then eats his head, kills him, right? Black Widow Spider, a perfect example. I think the praying mantis does that too. Bugs. All right, breathe. Oh, feel those shoulders drop. And I even extra cushioned my chair so that I could lay back and, you know, vibe with the Capricorns. I do have to say, blessing the decks before I hit the record, this one, the energy of this one felt very much like falling back into a gigantic brown crushed velvet beanbag bed. Like, not just a chair, a whole bed. I was like, oh, it felt so good. So I got with that Femme Fatale there. There's a lot of sensuality here, so let's find out about the Divine Masculine. Breathe. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for the Divine Masculine in this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign soulmate contract for November 2019. What is his dominant archetype, the soul power to be alchemized from lead to gold in this soulmate contract? Oh, the Don Juan! The Femme Fatale and the Don Juan! Holy crap! Morticia Gomez. Holy crap, holy. Wow. I have never seen that before even show up in a personal reading for anybody ever. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's read his. I think I need a sip of coffee for that. Don't you agree, Diana? Yes, it's the truth. The Don Juan archetype in its lead, using the power of romantic attraction for private agenda. Right? negative seduction, seduction with an ulterior motive, something that is harmful. It can be narcissistic, it can be sex addiction, anything like that. But, you know, the divine masculine here is going to be alchemizing that into spotlights your positive seductive qualities. So let's get, every power is neutral. It's how you use it, right? So the Don Juan archetype is about the power of seduction, which we all have. Now look, seduction in its highest form is divine seduction, right? It's being seduced by the divine within yourself, right? Sometimes through a healing crisis will come that sweet whiff of divine love, of divine healing that just, you know, sucks you in. But to find out what your own are, see, I don't necessarily have, I mean, I did have the Don Juan when I was in my 20s and 30s, maybe my 30s and 40s more accurate. But now it's like, meh, right? It's like, I don't feel like I have to seduce anyone. And if anybody's going to try and seduce me, all right. Like, mind if I make some popcorn and watch while you do this, right? So that's how I know it's like, meh, for me. But someone who had, what is a positive quality? What is a positive seductive power quality? Well, it's like somebody who really believes in something, right? Who really is just so enamored in love in such a positive way that you can't help it. Their magnetism just draws you in, and every move they make. Sorry, Sting. No, that's a song about being a stalker. It's just really lovely and just draws you in, and just you want to be on it. So it's really the difference between a con man and a leader in a way. But this feels so damn sexual, sensual. We don't know about romantic, right? Because what's love got to do with it? Let's keep going with this. Those are our two dominant energies. We're going to use the Daughters of the Moon Tarot to clarify the Femme Fatale, and we're going to be using the Mythic Tarot to clarify the Divine Masculine. So we've got Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. We're going to be using the same spread for both, different decks. The element spread. I actually have a Mal vlog back in my catalog, my back catalog on YouTube about the element spread. It is my favorite. It's the quickie. It's the one I've used most, like in public readings, right? Like fundraisers and stuff like that, because it's only 5 positions. You can layer on it. You can clarify it with anything. But it's essentially fire, earth, air, water, spirit. Fire, what you want. Earth, what you have to get you want, what you want, like the wax and wick that feeds the flame, right? That's the fuel. Air, what you think about what you want. Water, what you feel about what you want. And spirit, sort of like that overlighting overview, that voice of the divine within you, your spirit that says, here, from my point of view, look at this. So it's not an outcome. Cool. So let's do this. Pardon if I cough. I'm still clearing out a little bit of a head cold. Breathe. Oh, my goddesses, Persephone in particular, please. Please, top 5 cards, element spread for the Divine Feminine, Femme Fatale in this Capricorn collective. Sun, Moon, Rising. Venus sign, Soulmate contract for November-ish 2019. Please, fire, earth, air, water, spirit. All right. For this Divine Feminine, Femme Fatale archetype. Clean cut, please. Maiden, Mother, Crone. A non-clean cut is when a card dangles and wants to drop, but doesn't. That means it wants to be the top card, right? Don't we all want to be the top card? Let's have a look-see-duck-see, shall we? So, if this is you, the Divine Feminine, here's what you want. What's your element of fire? Now, 6 of Blades. Now, the card is called Manipulation, and people have an immediate reaction to that. But if you really check in on the intuitive response and the meaning of this card, yes, it can be about wanting to manipulate somebody. Well, Femme Fatale, no big shock there. But it is also a card of therapy. It's the 6 of Blades, right? The gondola going from rough waters to smooth waters, right? A mental process. So it can also be spin, seeing it from a different direction. If the Femme Fatale is trying to see things differently, let's see if the Hanged Man in this card, in this deck reversal, pops up, then that will definitely indicate that. But what I love about this deck in particular this card has no reverse. It's I mean, yes, there are words written on one side of it, but it truly has no reverse because it's all about how you see things, right? So let's put that in the fire position. What's the earth? The waxen wick that feeds the flame, helping her get what she wants. Well, the Virgo card. I doubt that's about me. But then we're looking at if this is dealing with a Virgo, and you know, in this deck, the court cards for both of these decks are so zodiac specific that I can't even say, because it's written on the card, Virgo. I can't even say Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And that's what I like about it. Because if this is not representing a Virgo in the Femme Fatale's, the Divine Feminine Femme Fatale's life, that currently, right, for the month of November-ish, because time is fluid, then this is about 6th house energies. Virgo is in the 6th house of the zodiac. So we're talking about occupation and healing and service, but you know, there's a relationship between occupation and healing that people don't get. Occupation isn't just about what you do for a living, right? It's like, what's your occupation? Oh, I'm a professional, edge professional, intuitive, and corporate president. It's an odd trio, now that I say it out loud again. It's what are you occupied with, right? How like Virgos can be occupied with the detail, missing the whole fucking larger picture. Thank God for my Pisces moon to go, something feel wrong. But that certainly affects your health. And I look, not to offend anybody, but crackheads are occupied with crack. What's it doing to their health? You know, what are you occupied with? And then I can see with having this card of manipulation here, that there may be something occupying her mind that she wants to clarify or deal with, a piece of the puzzle, a clue, a mystery, probably about this Don Juan Divine Masculine, because that's what this reading is about. So it may be that she wants to manipulate the Don Juan, but also is so occupied with it that there's an opportunity to heal. So maybe through balanced conversation, balanced communication, right? So well, healing is manipulation. That's why the word itself is neutral, right? If you're praying for someone, if you're doing candle magic and blessings and, you know, whatever your practice is for someone, you're manipulating, right? You just are. Now, if you're inspired to do that and it's all coming from love, blessed be. But here, I'll do this. I won't point it at you, but let's face it. Bless you, fuck you, bless you, fuck you, bless you, fuck you. It's the same movement of energy, but the fuel is different, right? So it's all manipulation, right? Here, caffeine. Manipulated. Bless the decks. Manipulated. Recording it, editing it, manipulating it. So it's in and of itself. Can it be done from a place of service, right? Can it be done from this place? Because Virgos are the servants of the zodiac. Personally, I'm a servant to the gods and slave to no man. I fucking love that big time. It's like, what do you want? What do you want me to do? I'll do it. Yeah. So we have to keep going with this to see where that's what that's about. So what is she thinking, right? What is she thinking about with all of this? Well, 3 of Cups bonding. Now, I know people immediately jump to, oh, third-party situation. But this is emotional bonding. This is like a happy card, right? This is about really thinking about the emotional bond that this Femme Fatale has with the Don Juan going on here. Now, I really think once we tap into the emotional field next, we'll get a different feeling of the quality of what this is about. So let's just go there. Well, and here we have the Pisces card, right? So the feeling, this is probably not about a person. Could be, certainly. But this is really more about that psychic, intuitive, empathic. You following me, right, Caps? Particularly if you have a Pisces moon. I have a Pisces moon. You can think about somebody and feel what they're feeling. Doesn't matter how much time and space is between you, right? It's just in there. 12th house. The unconscious, right? The unconscious mind, the soul, right? I find to be the most spiritual sign of the zodiac, and I'm kind of glad I'm not a Pisces sun. No offense to Pisces suns, but my Pisces moon is quite the handle. Now I am oh my God, look, I am a Virgo with Pisces moon, but I'm not a Capricorn. Not my read, girl, not my read. So probably thinking about this Divine Masculine Don Juan quite a lot, because she's empathing him. If this is you, know that a lot of what you're feeling is not all you. It's also him. It's also what's going on in the energy fields of the collective anyway. So you know, to sort of serve that out. And that's why, remember, Virgo is also the intestines, the filter. It's right where the second chakra is. That's where we empath individual people, right? Think umbilical cord, right? The navel chakra. I find when I have lower back pain and I'm like, I don't do anything to hurt my back. I'll do the yoga, you know, I'll stretch, I'll breathe, I'll talk to it like a child in pain. If it's persistent, at some point, I have to pull some cards or muscle tests to go, is this all me? And it's like, nope. I'm like, who is this? And I have to ask yes or no with that. And if it's one person in particular, I'll be like, is that them? And the link won't break. So many ways to do applied kinesiology. Not that it's, you know, as accurate as the Farmer's Almanac. Thank God for Betty Davis. Just something to look into. That I really feel like this Femme Fatale is picking up on the vibe. And particularly my sense of the emotional stuff going on there with the Divine Feminine, Don Juan, and it's on her mind about this bond, and maybe she is aware if it's that much on her mind, but it's almost like she can't stop thinking about how good it feels, how good it feels, how good it feels. This is romantic. Well, it's like I said, it's sexual. We don't know about the romantic just yet. What does Spirit have to say here? Eight of Cups, she done walked away, so that's why it's intensified. Femme Fatale is like, how dare you try and beat me at my own game. Oh, you might have met your match. Oh, you might have met your match. Oh, you might have met your match. Oh, I get it. The Femme Fatale and the Don Juan, they're a match. They're Morticia and Gomez. No, I'm not saying you're Morticia and Gomez. How fucking cool would that be? Raul Julia in those movies, I swear. Yes, I want that kind of romance because I'm way more Morticia than I am Gomez. Plus, I don't smoke cigars. Though I have no gag reflex. Just saying. So yeah, Eight of Cups, withdrawal, going within herself, right? Spirit, that's the overview of what's going on here. Now, whether this is actually manifested yet, it's sort of like, girl, Femme Fatale, Divine Feminine, even if you're in a male body, spirit, your soul, your higher power is sort of saying, go within, pull back a little bit. You have got this person's energy so up in your field that you need to get back to base. You need to get back to home base. You need to go into. So this isn't just walking away from. It's walking not just towards something. It's walking into the self for clarity, carrying a torch into the cave, and only a few of those cups are spilled, right? So there's stuff there to nourish you, to replenish you as well. This is really good. I mean, I'm not a Capricorn, but it does have that kind of, like I said, that like supportive, yummy, like the image that came to me was just like, oh my God, a king-size bed made of brown, like dark chocolate brown, crushed velvet beanbag bed, which is a lot of alliteration. And there's more of it. Breathe. Oh, the head cold and half, that's fun. Oh, my God. Please, element spread, top 5 cards for this Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Soulmate contract with this Don Juan archetype, divine masculine, please. Top 5 cards, element spread. What does he want? What does he have? What does he think? What does he feel? And what's the overview? There we go. Thank you. Thank you, my gods, for this divine masculine, Don Juan, Sun, Father, Sage. That's a really small cut on the bottom. Those might actually have been, it's more than 5 cards. So, Father Juan, which is what Don Juan means. What does he want? Ooh, the Judgment card, right? For things to come out of hiding, for things to be revealed, for things to be resurrected. Like it's all the re's, right? Like reunited, reconciliation, re-establishment. Wants that very, very, very much. And remember, this is the card before the card of the universe completing the cycle of the major arcana. So there's always some kind of revelation here, and that is Hermes as the psychopomp, the guide of souls. The Judgment card is not to be toyed with. It's not to be necessarily taken like, oh my God, Judgment Day, but it can feel that way. And that's why the dead rising, not so much from out of the ashes like the Death card would, or the Phoenix card in the Daughters of the Moon deck, but that thing of things that have been resting for a long time, perhaps hidden, are revealed. But by the way, he is the psychopomp. He's on the stairs down to the underworld, where the Divine Feminine may very well be going. Look, don't freak out. The underworld isn't hell. The underworld's ultimately, you cross the river Styx, right, to get to the underworld. The upper world is this world. The river Styx is the subconscious mind element of water. And then the underworld is the unconscious mind. It's a lovely way of looking at it. And of course there are demons and angels in both, because that's the archetypal realm, right? Fifth dimension and above. Although really once you hit unity consciousness, it's just a very different experience from what we know. Yeah. So very interesting. What is the earth? The waxen wick that feeds the flame. Oh, so what he's got is the Four of Cups, a little bit of the hell's going on here, right? Really pondering the taking on or letting go of this, because it feels like then that there's something here emotionally, that Four of Cups, because she's got the Three of Cups bonding, right, where he's like, oh, I don't know about this. There's some dissatisfaction. There's this almost a refusal. But here, this is Psyche, of Eros and Psyche. Her sister is coming to visit her for the first time in her palace. She's already married to Eros at this point, but she doesn't know who he is. Little mail order bride vibe there. Doesn't know, has never seen him face to face. Now that's what you call a blindfold wedding. And they're the ones that say, well, how do you know? How do you know who he is? This could be a horrible monster. You don't know. And that's when she starts questioning, right? And becoming off about it, right? Like maybe not so interested. And what ensues puts her on a journey, interestingly enough, eventually into the underworld. Read the myth. Yeah, so that sense of a bit of dissatisfaction, yet also emotional rest to an extent. So connecting with the intuition can be here too. It's like, okay, step back and go, what is this feeling so sudden and new, right? Is it loathing? Unadulterated loathing? I doubt it. I doubt it, because this soulmate contract, remember, what's the foundation of the soulmate contract? To help each other heal. So what's he thinking about all of this? Oh, well, there is the card of the devil. He want to do bad things with you. That there is attachment, that there's a lot of dirty going on. And for a Don Juan, that makes sense. But, you know, in this deck, it's the god Pan, right? A god of nature. The goat-footed god. The child of, I believe, the goat Almathea, and interestingly enough, the god Hermes, although then there is the great god Pan, which is the divine masculine in nature. Here, depicted as the devil, our base urges, our attachments, our shadows, yeah, to an extent, yeah, going down into the underworld, the card of the devil, I got that. Our unhealthy attachments, our toxicity. So he may very well be thinking about his Don Juan ways, and about how he has been manipulative and dealing with this shadow, having his shadow possess him like the devil, and thinking about that a lot. I do feel like the connection here between this divine masculine and divine feminine is helping them both heal from stuff that wasn't so great, because remember, Femme Fatale is not that healthy either. In the shadow, no archetype is healthy in their shadow, even when they make really delicious coffee in a wonder mug. What's he feeling? What's he feeling? Two of Swords, indecisive. Interesting in his emotional field. In his mental field, he's sort of like, well, am I toxic? Is she toxic? Are we good for each other? Are we not good for each other? All I feel is this strong, got it. Three of Cups bonding for her in the mind, for him in the mind. It's the chains, right? It's that attachment. Probably can't stop thinking about her. And emotionally, intuitively, he's got no fucking clue. He's just like, I don't know, I feel both ways about this, right? So then with that Four of Cups, really saying, okay, well, then the Don Juan can really go inside and say, no, really, what's underneath all of this, right? Help me feel this deeply, and it may be terrifying, right? What leads somebody to use their power of seduction for a private, hidden agenda that they don't want anybody to know about? There's got to be some pain in there. Nobody does that unless they're afraid, right? Hurt people. It's just how it goes. I don't know that, well, I mean, if she's walking away into herself, maybe he tried to pull some of that shit on her. But my sense of it is here, particularly if she's occupied with her own healing, she kind of gets, no, this, been here, done that, have the burnt t-shirt, going into the underworld to get myself another one. Aye. Let's see then. Well, really, with this Two of Swords, this Two of Swords, I don't know. Don't make me choose. I don't know. But here, oh, so not the heartbreak of the three necessarily, although there are other meanings to the Three of Swords, by the way, than heartbreak. But that sense of sort of being torn into, because of the thinking, because of the back and forth on this, really doing some, I don't want to say damage, but causing some tumult. There's a good word, in the emotional field of water. So what's the card of Spirit here? Well, interestingly enough, Three of Wands, right? What are you going to commit to? It's only a 3, right? That Three of Wands, what are you waiting for? Like, he's waiting for, he's getting clear about what he wants to move forward on here. So she's got the Three of Cups in her mind. He's got the Three of Wands in his position of Spirit. It does make sense then that Spirit is saying, look, you need to, like, work your way through this. Get your shit together. Because this may be something you've been waiting for your whole life, something that's actually real and healthy and can help you heal, whether it's for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Something can be incredibly real and just be there for a reason, which to me the word reason, when you're talking about the divine, is ridiculous. Reason is a human creation. Purpose. There's a divine purpose, but it means for a short amount of time, a season, which is longer than a short amount of time, or a lifetime, right? This might be it feels like more than just a brief encounter if it's a soulmate contract. But the thing is, you can't really escape your contracts. You play them out in the quantum for better or for worse, and every degree in between somewhere, right? Wait till you hear about meta-incarnation, let alone reincarnation. I'm not going there right now. All right, it's essentially when you incarnate into the same lifetime over and over and over, like playing a video game over and over and over and trying to make better choices. I apparently have done this one a bunch of times. I won't say how many, because I don't know that I believe the number they told me. We are not done. This is just, again, a skeleton that we will, there's only 3 more cards hitting the table. We're going to be asking the higher selves of all involved. 1 card each, one for the Divine Feminine. Breathe. 1 card for the Divine Masculine, from the perspective of the higher selves of all involved. Cool. Let's do this. Breathe. The collective higher selves of all involved, please. 1 card in clarity for the Divine Feminine in this Capricorn collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Soulmate contract for November-ish 2019. Please, 1 for the Divine Feminine, Femme Fatale. Speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. So, my Divine Feminine, yeah, I'm not seeing great big huge wounding here for you, but I am seeing this thing, what you want is perhaps that equal balanced communication. So the challenge for the Divine Feminine when these two again communicate is going to be to speak the language of love, not the words of love for the purposes of manipulation, right? If it's to heal, if it's to bless, if it's to highlights her erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Oh, did I not read the light attribute? I'm so sorry. I will do it again. Because the femme fatale in her light is so strong and so clear and so honest and that, well, what's the opposite of something fatal? Something that's life-giving, right? Which totally goes along with that card of judgment. I'm sorry. Again, I have to remember to breathe more if I didn't say that before. Loving words have the power to change. So absolutely. Now, if her dependency has been rejected here, then to speak those loving words to herself, Divine Feminine, if this is you watching, it's just like, honey, sweetie, he's not just another link in a chain, right? This is, it had an impact on us, made it over the wall, right? So that really hit us here, and it's okay. I love you. No matter what happens with any Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine that comes into your life, child of my heart, think of your heart as the inner child. I love you. You are my innocence, and I will protect you, and I will love you no matter who comes, no matter who goes, no matter what rises, no matter what falls, no matter the erosion or the renewal. My child, I am here for you because I love you. All right? That's power. That is self-love. I just showed you how to do it. You don't have to feel it. You just need to mean it. And it takes a while for that child to believe you, because a lot of people have said I love you and then done toxic shit. Right? Speak the language of love. Let's get one for the Divine Masculine, shall we? This is fascinating. All of these soulmate reads have been like this. I mean, not that I read boring. I can't do anything boring, apparently. I can't even cook boring. But yeah, just there's just something so very interesting about this. Breathe. The higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for the Divine Masculine Don Juan archetype in this Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign soulmate relationship for November-ish 2019. Please, one card in clarity for the Divine Masculine, a whisper of love. Oh, yeah, let it go. It's okay for this one. Ready? Like attracts like. Femme Fatale and the Don Juan. Like attracts like. If you are longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. So it feels like they are in the same boat, but like one's in the bow, one's in the stern, and nobody knowing the other one is going through the exact same thing, and yet she is feeling him while he is in this struggle, right? She's thinking about the emotional bond. She feels like she really knows that this is her match on some level, right? It does seem on the mental level, at least the emotional part of it, that he has touched her in a way that others have not as to date. But yeah, he wants something revealed here. I can feel this. Like attracts like, but that's that Three of Wands. It's like, okay, well then if I'm going to do this, I got to get my shit together. I have to prepare myself because I am so, my mind is just freaking out. And a lot of the reason why the mind freaks out about love is because it's so conditioned by the ego, right? The fear, the collective fear of all of humanity. In our cell tissue, it's in there, right? All that cortisol, all that adrenaline stored in there, literal toxicity within our cells. So when the heart starts opening, the mind is like, alert, 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 because of attachments to the past, right? Guilt, shame, blame. It's like, oh, I've done so many horrible things as a Don Juan in my shadow power. I don't know. It's just all going to get done to me. I'm going to have my ass handed to me, and maybe he does. But you're dealing with a femme fatale here who is sort of in that same boat where you both need to at least take the opportunity here to help each other heal. Doesn't mean you stay together forever. But let's have a look with one last card down, a journey of love. I love these cards. Oh, what I forgot to say with because I've been saying this because I really want to promote them. I got the Whispers of Love Oracle up in Saratoga Springs at Magic Moon. My mom and my stepfather live up there, Hera and Zeus as I call them. So when I go up and visit, I stop into Magic Moon and say hello to Veronica. Well, I got this one, I think, in summer, the Whispers of Love. I got the Journey of Love last time I went up about, maybe a little less than a month ago. And I love this. So if you're in the area, pop in and tell them, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mel for short, from YouTube, says hello, and I love you, because I did. And probably I have to get in touch with her next week, because I'm going to go up for, I think, a nice chunk of days, and I want to do readings. They let me use the room if it's available. As well as I'll make a house call if you're in the area. Cool. Oh, yeah. Because I just got this deck, and the author, Alana Fairchild, the artist, Rasuli, the poet, Richard Cohn, C-O-H-N. This is so genius, I can't memorize it. It's too much, it's too beautiful, it's too poetic, it's too their own work. My job is to interpret it and fit it into the spread, but that's why I'm going to read it from the book, and you'll see why. It's beautiful. I've never used this deck where it was not just accurate from a mental divination place as the Virgo that I am, but it has always touched me in the core of my Piscean moon soul. Yeah, breathe. Just as we started with the collective pantheons with the archetype cards, we will do the same for these Journey of Love. Just one card. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card for this Capricorn collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign soulmate contract for November-ish 2019. Where are they on the journey of love? That sort of popped right out. She loves, and he loves, and we love, so I can. You love, and I love too. I went to school for musical theater. Hey, but once you've been hit in the head with a rubber chicken, once you've been Jesus on 9-foot stilts, this is cake. Boston Conservatory, card number 61. 6 and 1 makes a 7, so transformation might be in the offing here. Yeah, here we go, riding the cosmic wave, which always makes sense. The card before riding the crimson wave, Mr. Hand. Yeah. Okay, she loves. So this is 3 parts of this. The first part is talking about the card itself. The second is the oracular meaning. The third part is the poem, so remember to breathe throughout. She loves. Forgiveness is here for you now. You kidding me? Can you partake of it? Forgiveness for your own self, for the times you messed up, didn't love, not to trust, tried to take over, and decided against surrender. Forgiveness is here for you now, for the times when you couldn't forgive another, even if you really tried and really wanted to. She loves. She is here for you now. Open your heart to the angel goddess of forgiveness and let her fill your heart. You are free. This is for both of them. I bet sales skyrocket for this oracle after that. This oracle brings you a message from the divine. You are forgiven! Exclamation point. Like, no shit, exclamation point. You are worthy of forgiveness, and you are capable of great spiritual generosity in forgiving others. If there is a person that you cannot forgive, you are really just not forgiving yourself. Perhaps for being vulnerable, for not knowing better, or for not listening to your own intuition. It's time to let that go and allow the forgiveness that the divine has for you to fill your heart. You are free now. You just need to realize it. You know, the gods don't need to forgive. Unity consciousness doesn't need to forgive because unity consciousness doesn't condemn in the first place. It's very Course in Miracles. Forgiveness doesn't exist in heaven because condemnation doesn't. That's only in 3rd and 4th dimension, right? Here's the poem. The cherry blossom knows when to bloom each year and never questions whether its beauty is enough. There is peace in knowing you will always bloom well, yet man spends a lifetime in wonder. Ah, Capricorns, it's about forgiveness. Forgiveness of yourself and forgiveness of the other, because as you forgive the other, you forgive yourself, and as you forgive yourself, you forgive the other. This is a soulmate contract. Feels like between a divine masculine and a divine feminine that have been through hell and kind of enjoyed it, right? But don't anymore, right? You know, we all go through those dark phases where we do things that we know better, but then it was scripted into the life that the soul that you are was chosen to play the role of. It's just how it works. We're gonna do magic clap in a second. I just need a sip. Ready, say it with me if you know what I'm talking about. Magic clap! We've got the Femme Fatale, Divine Feminine here. Shadow attribute, inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. Light attribute, highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. What does she want with all of that? The Six of Blades, manipulation. Now, whether that will be the manipulation of forgiveness, in other words, the miracle of forgiveness, a shift in consciousness from a thought system based in fear to one based in love, that is Course in Miracles. Seeing things differently. The real prayer for a miracle is help me see this differently. And what she has in the earth there, that Virgo card there, really about occupation and healing. Now, she may very well be occupied with healing this within herself, at least, or maybe if these two are together, I'm not necessarily seeing that they're separate from each other, or not communicating with each other. And these soulmate readings are not really about being in separation, because you're joined at the level of the soul. So an occupation there with healing. And what's on her mind? This emotional bond. Really feel like this divine masculine Don Juan has touched her like nobody else has. And that means to her soul, to that a real strong emotional bond. That is on her mind. And what does she have there in the emotional field? The Pisces card. That she's probably empathing him like mad too. And because he's got Two of Swords in his emotional field, probably feeling just as indecisive, but get Divine Feminine, that's him too, if not just you, right? Back and forth. I want him, I don't. I love him, he's an asshole. Bless him, fuck him, right? Back and forth, back and forth. And what does the Spirit say here? Withdraw, my darling, go within to yourself. And that does indicate that separation might be in play or about to. But she can speak the language of love and say, Don, I love you, sweetheart, but I need to take a break. I need to heal me. I need some me time. That's just who I am, particularly if I'm a Capricorn. I have to do this. The slow and steady wins the race, right? This is not a race. We are not racing. We are not pedal to the metal all the way on this one. I'm going inside myself to heal, right? To heal and to, obviously, with this last card down, she knows. Forgive. For the Divine Masculine, we have the Don Juan archetype in its shadow. Using the power of romantic attraction for private agenda, something shadowy that he wouldn't want anybody to know about. Light attributes spotlights your positive, seductive qualities, which is just lovely. It's charming and it's welcome. When the person who you're seducing wants to be seduced and knows your game, then it's fun. What does he want in his element to fire? The card of judgment, a card of revelation, something within the soul being revealed, something that was hidden being revealed, but so that a clear final judgment call can be made. Oh my God, you have to let me know. Should I stay or should I go, right? Because what he's dealing with right now is the Four of Cups, a real emotional dissatisfaction. But that, not really sure if this is about her, because here in the mind is the devil sort of looking at his own guilt, shame, and blame, right? That there may be a lack of self-worth here, a chain of toxicity holding him in place, that he's not exactly sure how he feels about this because of his own emotional baggage, psychic weight, past, scars, wounds, all that stuff too, that he may feel, bound to. And if there's ever been codependent patterning in his life before, usually then he's running away from it. And this one, it feels like he can't get away from, that the shadow has caught up. And he might have done something here that he's not so proud about, because, again, feeling that guilt, shame, blame in the mental field, element of air, thinking about that and causing great indecision with the Two of Swords in his emotional, intuitive field there. That is very, very much in conflict. Very, very much, I don't know which side to listen to, the I love her or I fucking am so afraid of her. So this isn't love-hate, it's love-fear. It's definitely love-fear, fear of hurt or being, hurting someone or being hurt. And with Spirit's overview there, the Three of Wands, though, there is a thing of loyalty here. This is the thing of, it's like, okay, I'm going to have to commit to at least get my shit together to heal this. Pardon me. And then we have, with the Whispers of Love for the Divine Feminine here from the Higher Self, speaking the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. And that is absolutely indicative of loving self-speak, but to the inner child. Think of the emotional heart, even the physical heart, as the inner child. Talk to that child, because within it is the seed of the higher self, the pin code that opens up the higher dimensional realms. The kingdom of heaven, after all, is within the heart, right? So when she does speak to herself or to this divine masculine Don Juan, there's definitely going to be speaking the language of love, but that might just be, I don't know what this is, but let me take some time to pull back. I do care about you. I don't want to hurt you, but I don't want to hurt me either. So I need to clean some stuff up within me, maybe not realizing that she's actually helping to heal him by doing that through her own process. I mean, it's very shamanic for a femme fatale, but why not, you know? What does he have from the higher selves? Like attracts like. If you're longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. And my sense is he is longing for something real, because he might have wham bam thank you divine ma'am so many times, have run away, and yet also been enmeshed in real toxic situations, that he really wants actual love, maybe even true love. And then this soulmate relationship, this soulmate contract is here to help heal all of that stuff, the two of them together. And of course, with that last card of she loves, all about forgiveness, that you're already forgiven. You're already forgiven. The children of God cannot sin in a dream. That's Course in Miracles with a little plurality, gender neutral stuff there. That this is a game we're playing, and we've never really done anything wrong from the higher point of view, because we are souls that are playing a game, and we incarnate over and over and over again, sometimes in the very same life stream, right? The same character over and over and over again, so that, like any good actor, they will get better at the part every time they do it. That's why, you know, there's rehearsals. But then you think of somebody who is identifiable with a certain role, right? That they've played it for so long, like Susan Lucci and Erica Kane. Wow, there's, woo, flashback for me. Then you're really looking at somebody who has mastered that character, and maybe that's how we become ascended masters, is through meta incarnation, or maybe we are ascended masters that came in to play the game during one of the most powerful times of spiritual transformation on the planet, as the fifth dimensional unity consciousness fully anchors into form. Through what? The miracle of forgiveness. But remember that as you forgive yourselves and each other, letting yourself off the hook, loving, choosing love instead of fear, truth instead of illusion, light instead of shadow, bringing shadow into the light, dissolving it, alchemy led to gold, that you are doing that not just for yourselves, but for all of life. Magic clap. Wow, Capricorns, yet another really ass-kicky soulmate read. I'm really digging this spread. I'm definitely doing these for my clients that come to me for couple stuff or relationship stuff. This is so very, very clear to me, at least as a reader, and I hope it is for you. Please do comment if you have any questions. What's your situation? How's this playing out for you? I want to know. Really, all of these soulmate readings, I kind of want to know. Sometimes I just forget to say it. Because there are so many quantum variations of this, right? So, my Capricorn Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, please do like and subscribe. Help me achieve my goals. I certainly want you to achieve yours. And let me say, now, may this Capricorn Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign soulmate contract be blessed with all that it needs for November-ish 2019, that they may heal, that they may grow, that they may help each other heal, help each other grow, help each other evolve, and fulfill their roles in the divine plan for the well-being of all. May they be blessed with love. May they be blessed with the very blessed, for the very best, and may you be blessed with the very best of the rest of the month and beyond. Cool, cool, and so it is. Thank you so much for watching, but for now, my sweethearts, my goats, hail, farewell, we need a little levity there, and blessed, blessed, blessed be.